Hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, and I don't normally like to smoke in my bedroom, but I'll make an exception on this occasion for the purposes of this video. Okay, now today we're going to be purchasing the Avenger, and why don't we get started? Okay then, the Avenger can be found on the Warstock Cash and Carry website there. Now it normally retails from about $3.5 million on sale currently, at least when I was making this video, for around just under 2.5. Okay, here we go. Right now, the first thing is the interior color. Can't really say that I give a damn, really, but I suppose my crew color's green, so we'll probably go with that in the end. Okay, and as you can see, they're not really much to write home about. Do like the sort of grey look there, but I think we will go with the green. Okay, now we can the interior there has cost nearly 100,000. We're going to add the gun turret here, and that comes at 140,000, and well worth it. Of course, I do believe that these prices are on sale at the moment. Okay, we're going to go for a vehicle workshop right there, and I think we'll also go for the weapons workshop as well. Okay, so that interior would normally cost about 140,000, normally about 200,000 apparently for the gun turret. $750,000, could you believe, for the vehicle workshop, and a $250,000 there for the weapon workshop. Okay, well, we fully kitted it out. It's come to just over 3 million there anyway, a shade under 3.5 million, 3,300,000. But that's not to worry. We won't concern ourselves with that kind of price tag. This really is a most unusual purpose, and one that is well worth the money, I can assure you. Okay, then now we need to take a stroll on down the facility here to get to where the Avenger will be located. So why don't we do that? And while we do, why don't I tell you a little about why we're paying so much for an aeroplane? Well, the reason is quite simple, really. It is akin to the MOC, or the Mobile Operations Center. Effectively speaking, it's pretty much the same thing, but an airborne version of it. Okay, well, here we go then. Now you can see the Avenger looking rather grand in the facility there, isn't she? Do have to say, takes up that space quite nicely. If you hadn't had the money, you might consider buying it just to fill up the wretched empty space, wouldn't you know? But there we go. That's not why I purchased it, I can assure you. Well, that's actually part of the reason, but never mind that. Okay, right, walking down the side. Rather large aircraft now, isn't it? I do say so, yes. Yes, I'm quite taken by it, though. Based on, I believe, the Osprey, the Americans' Air Force there. I could be wrong, but I believe that's the case. And why don't we step inside? We'll be entering through the rear. Okay, then, as I so often do. Okay, then, here we go. Now we're stepping inside now, and we can see that gentleman there, clearly a clone of his counterpart in my other facilities and my other garages. And okay, these are the that's where I just stopped there briefly, was the gun turret. Okay, now we're going to go into the cockpit here and carry out some modifications, I do believe. Not going to give it a test run first, to be perfectly frank with you. Just going to get right on with it on this occasion. Right, and as usual, we'll be going through this at double speed to hurry things along somewhat. And okay, there we go. Now you can see there are a number of different types of bombs that one can drop, I believe that was, and we've got some chaff and countermeasures, I believe that is. Now, okay, we're going to go for some of those. We're going to upgrade the handling. We're going to upgrade the engine, don't you know? We'll do upgrades across the board. Right, okay, we want a rear. Yes, I do think we want to. Look at that, they've charged us again for another turret. That really is rather cheeky. I believe that was another $250,000, I should say, for that rear turret. Okay then, so I can't remember, how much was it? About 200,000 was it for the first? So that's coming in nearly $500,000 now if you want to kit out your Avenger with turrets. Okay then, but I do advise that you do, of course. They are fantastic weapons. They have absolutely ridiculous range and are very, very powerful indeed. Okay, looking rather gaudy in the crew color there, isn't it? Don't like that one little bit, no. Okay, something darker, I feel, is required for this aircraft. And yes, perhaps it will have to be the black. I'm not too sure yet. Okay, quite like that, but not entirely there yet, are we? Okay, so yes, like I say, this aircraft does come equipped apparently with bombs. I was not aware of that, but I do believe I saw it there on the menu options. I could be wrong, of course. Right, I think There we go, yes. I do like the look of that, to be honest with you. Black on green looked quite spiffing, didn't it? Okay, really don't like that. Looks absolutely hideous. Okay, right, okay, definitely back to the black, I think. Right, I do like that indeed, yes, I really do. I think that might be how we have the vehicle, you know. Certainly not going to go for that. No, no, no. How about that? No, it's too green, isn't it? Far, far too green, I say. Right, okay, now as you probably saw, there are a number of liveries. Let's go through a few here. This would be my standard one, of course, the 3-color outline, but it doesn't suit this vehicle whatsoever, does it? No, not at all. Okay, don't like that one little bit. Yes, like I say, so this has bombs apparently. This has gun turrets, and I certainly would advise that you buy them as a vehicle workshop, a weapon workshop. The vehicle workshop, of course, means that you can weaponize certain vehicles on board, such as the Deluxo or the Tamper or what have you. Okay, yes, I do like that coloration, you know. I do think that's what we're going to go for. I can't really see if you can see the liveries on there on the black. But okay, I do quite like it, yes. Right, okay, there we go. Well, let's take it out, shall we? We've upgraded it now, and we'll see how she handles. Okay, now one of the good things about this vehicle is that when you leave your facility, where it does need to be stored, that should be pointed out, of course, that one needs to own a facility in order to store this vehicle. You get a sort of cutscene where you're automatically hovering above the facility when you exit, much like when you request a Pegasus vehicle from your office. Okay, so here we go now. As you've probably seen there are two modes of flight to this particular vehicle. It can either hover as it did when it originally came out of the facility, or the blades there can go forward simply by pressing, I believe it's right on the D-pad. Oh my goodness, what happened there? Right, okay, I suppose I was dropping bombs, wasn't I?
I don't know if you're saving up that crystal for personal consumption or because it looks pretty, but you need to sell some of it before they can make any more. You get me? Okay, good. Well, JT out.
My goodness, that man is an absolute perpetual bore. That is all he ever phones me up to tell me. Okay then, so here we go. Yes, apparently this vehicle does have bombs. I tried bombing the prison there for no good reason whatsoever. I only got 1 star after me, which was rather surprising, really. But there we go. I can't really say why that was. Like I say, 2 flight modes to this vehicle. You can push the blades. I can't really think what you'd call them there. The propellers, I suppose. They can be sort of in a lateral or horizontal position, vertical or horizontal, I should say, and that would determine whether it's in a helicopter mode or an aeroplane mode. Okay, now the ceiling on this plane is quite good. It goes up quite high, like most of them. Won't have any trouble there. It's quite I wouldn't say it's agile. It's like driving a large tank in the sky, don't you know? But that's effectively what this plane is. It can, of course, do loops and barrel rolls and such as you're seeing currently, and in that way it's quite agile, but I wouldn't really expect to go beating any hydras in a race or anything like that. Okay, here we go, going up for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Right here, and on its back. Okie dokie, can we fly upside down? Yes, we can. Look, how about that? Okay, jolly good. Right, another function of this vehicle here, of course, like I said, it does have a weapons workshop, and you can modify vehicles inside. It is actually entirely possible to drive a vehicle such as the Deluxo or any other vehicle you should choose, really, into the back of this Avenger and then take it out and fly high up into the sky. Then you can simply jump out in the back of that vehicle, the Deluxo or whatever, what have you. You can exit the Avenger in the vehicle in the back. Okay then, fast in the air, I do point out. Right, we're gonna, of course, to do that, one would need to enter the autopilot stage, and we'll be doing that shortly. Okay, now I've switched from flight mode to hover mode. As you can see there, the propellers are horizontal, and like I say, gonna engage that autopilot. Okay, here we go. Now, if I wish to go into the Avenger's hold, I simply press right on the D-pad. And then I can walk on back there. That's exactly what I'm going to do right now, don't you know? Okay, there I go, looking rather spiffing in my suit now, don't I? Okay, nice long black cutscene for absolutely no reason whatsoever. God bless Rockstar. Okay, here we go. Right, in the hold of the Avenger, don't you know? Looking rather gaudy in that green. Don't know if I like it after all, but we're done with it now, so who cares? Right, we're going to sit down. Now, like I say, this is the gun turret station, would you believe? And we're going to hop on the turrets now, and there we go. Okay, jolly good. Like I say, these are really particularly fantastic guns. As you can see, it has quite a range on it there. And the power that these weapons have really is sort of incomparable in this game. Very, very powerful guns, as you can see there. No problem whatsoever. I mean, even this is your sort of cheap man's orbital cannon, if you like. Okay, there we go. Right, so now, as I'm sure you've got the gist, all on my own, I've been able to fly this helicopter out to the city, and boom, there we go, taking another one out. Yeah, it's taken it out to the city there, put it in autopilot, and I can just sit up here and harass NPCs all day long, and why shouldn't I? They harass me. Okay then, yeah, so like I say, I hope you get the idea, but this really is a fantastic weapon. It has, like I said, tremendous range, and you can tremendous destructive power. Okay, is that a police car there? There we go, it was anyway, and there's another one I do believe, right? Take that, sunshine. Okay, right, 3 stars, should have helicopters after me by now, I think. Where are they? Right, okay, we got... No, that's my shadow, isn't it? Okay, and there we go. Okay, jolly good. Take that. Right, okay, so there we go. Number of turrets on board this thing, don't you know? All jolly good, really, and why not use them to devastate the local downtown area? Okay, like I say, cycling through them. We've got one underneath, it would appear, one on the roof there. There may be 2 or 3, I can't be certain. Right, we're going to take a shot at some of these coppers down here now, try and clear them off, and not difficult at all, is it? And as you can see, the repeat fire function here is quite outstanding, really. It does lay down quite a lot of fire in one go. Right, and over and over and over again. There we go. Like I say, there is no sort of cooldown timer on this gun here. You can just let rip. Okay, now how about that $2,000 for good behavior? And I should think so too. I am being rather well behaved, if I do say so myself. Okay, right, letting most of the civilians go and just focusing on the police. How you couldn't ask for more than that now, could you? He didn't get away though, did he? Oh dear. Okay, well, I think we'll let him go. Okay then, so what can we say about the Avenger? Retailing for, like I say, I believe it was, what, 3.5 million? Of course, that's without the upgrades, and you will wish to upgrade it, you'll need to add turrets, and that'll come to about another $500,000 in itself, so it's gonna come well over $4 million by the time that you've performed the necessary upgrades to this vehicle, but like I say, it really is well worth it. It is effectively an MOC in the sky, although there are no missions that can be accessed through it. But effectively, this can be called in through the interactive menu, much like the MOC, and be delivered to several locations around the map that will be the closest one to you, of course. Yes, like I said, can call through the interactive menu there. It can be used as a vehicle workshop, a weapon workshop. It can sit in the sky on autopilot and let rip with those cannons there. Right, okie dokie, back into the driver's seat now, don't you know? Right here. Okay, and disengage autopilot. Right, got the cops after me, so I better do something about that, really. Okie dokie. The other thing about this vehicle, of course, is it takes a tremendous amount to destroy it, really. It can take rockets, it can take bullets. It really is, like I say, an airborne tank, for want of a better word. Okie dokie, don't wish to empty the cockpit, that could go terribly wrong. Right, okay, as you can see, it's got its own interactive menu there, the Avenger services. That can be, like I say, it has a number of different functions in there. Okay, right, okay, we're going for a roll, are we? Yes, like I say, it can be called in, if requested, so to speak, it can be returned. You can choose to allow access to different people, your friends and crew. You can kick people out of the hold, which is another point. You can load this vehicle up with a whole bunch of friends if you wish, put them in the hold, and then take them out, kick them out into the sea. Why not? Teach them a lesson for flying with you. Okay, then here we go. Right, we've taken it out. It's all been jolly good fun, I do have to say. Right, cops are following me back, don't you know? Don't know what the point was. I'm just going to hide away at my facility, and there'll be nothing they can do about it. Okay, so should you buy the Avenger? Yes, you certainly should. If you have a facility, of course, you do need to keep that in mind. You will need to purchase a facility in order to store this vehicle, as I said earlier. Okay, another little cutscene now as we come into land, and of course there is no way on earth that plane could have performed that maneuver. There is no way that it could have touched down past those shields there with its propellers protracted. Okay, yes, it would need to retracted them to extend to come down inside, so how could it have possibly sat between those two metal plates? Couldn't say, don't think it could, that's why they cut it out, I suppose. Right, okay, so here we go then, the Avenger. Like I say, it is going to cost you money. It is going to be at least $4 million, you know, probably more like 4.5, I hate to say it. It's going to need a facility for you to store it in, just like I have right here. Other than that, what can I say? If you've got a facility, yes, go ahead and buy one. It really is a jolly good weapon. Very fast plane as well, has to be said. For as far as the planes go, you would have thought of something of this size would perhaps be comparable to the Titan in speed, but it really isn't the case. It is quite nippy. It gets across the map in no time whatsoever. Can take all sorts of people, really. You can have two in the cockpit, I should say, and God knows how many in the hole. As many as you can fit in there, really. Like I say, put cars in there, can't weaponize them. Got the weapon workshop in there where you can top up your ammunition if you need it. Okay then, so as you can see, it's a rather splendid looking thing as well. Fills up, as I said earlier, fills up the that vacant space in the facility, no problem at all. Okay then, well, there we go. Like I said, that is the Avenger. I do recommend that you buy one. Like I say, it is expensive, but what are you going to do? Pay the money, I suppose, or not, I don't know, up to you really, but like I say, I do like my Avenger, although in all frankness, I do have to be perfectly honest here, don't often take it out much, don't have much call for it, really, but when one does want to use it, it's nice to have essentially what is, like I say, an airborne tank. Okay, like I say, it has a tremendous amount of armor, can take many rockets, can take... well, we feel like infinite amount of small arms fire, quite frankly. Has tremendous guns on it, can see a lot of people. Really, really very good. Okay, then is it worth the money? No, not really. I wouldn't bother myself, but I've got it now anyway, so there we go. Right, okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and of course, as always, thank you for watching.